Top 7 Dangerous Diabetes Nighttime Signs That Could Save Your Life. Diabetes is often called a silent killer for a reason. It doesn't shout. It doesn't warn you out loud. Instead, it creeps in quietly, damaging your nerves, organs, and sleep long before you ever realize something's wrong. And most of the time, the earliest warning signs appear at night, when your body is supposed to be healing, not fighting a hidden battle. In this video, we'll reveal 7 nighttime symptoms that are closely linked to diabetes, backed by medical experts and real patient experiences. These aren't just random discomforts, they're your body's cry for help before serious complications take root. Ignoring these signs could mean years of silent damage, but recognizing them now could mean taking back control of your health, your energy, your life. Watch until the end, because knowing just one of these signs could make the difference between catching diabetes early or living with its painful consequences later. For yourself or for someone you love, it could change everything. 1. Restless leg syndrome, the unseen agony that steals your sleep. Do your legs feel unbearably restless at night, like something is crawling beneath your skin? Do you constantly toss, shift, or move your legs just to find a moment of relief, only for the discomfort to return minutes later? This isn't just tired legs or poor circulation. It's a warning sign, one that millions of people with undiagnosed or poorly managed diabetes face every night without knowing it. This condition is called restless leg syndrome, RLS, and it's more than just a sleep disruption. It's your body telling you something is deeply off balance. Scientific insight. What's really happening? Restless leg syndrome has been closely linked to peripheral neuropathy, a common complication of type 2 diabetes. When blood sugar levels remain high over time, they damage the small blood vessels that supply your nerves, especially in your legs and feet. As these nerves begin to malfunction, they send faulty signals to your brain, creating sensations like tingling, itching, burning, or the irresistible urge to move your legs. Diabetes can also interfere with dopamine regulation in the brain, a neurotransmitter that controls muscle movement and rest. A drop in dopamine levels can make symptoms of RLS worse at night. So what feels like restlessness is often your nervous system crying out for help. Why it matters. Chronic RLS leads to insomnia, fatigue, and anxiety. It disrupts deep sleep, weakening your immune system, raising blood sugar, and accelerating diabetic complications. It increases the risk of depression and long-term nerve damage if left untreated. What you can do. Don't ignore the signs. If you're experiencing nighttime leg discomfort regularly, get your blood sugar and nerve function tested. Incorporate light stretching before bed and increase your magnesium and iron intake. Consult your doctor early, because the earlier you intervene, the better chance you have to protect your sleep and your future health. But that's not the only warning your legs might be sending you. Sometimes, the real danger isn't movement, it's silence. Let's look at what happens when pain or numbness begins to take over. 2. Pain or numbness in legs. When your body starts to go silent, do your legs ever feel numb like they're falling asleep, even when you're fully awake? Do you experience a burning, stabbing, or tingling pain in your calves or feet when lying in bed? This isn't just muscle fatigue. It's not because you're getting older. It could be a silent cry from your nerves, warning you that something far more dangerous is happening beneath the surface, often triggered by uncontrolled diabetes. Scientific insight. Why this happens in diabetes. Pain, numbness, and tingling in the legs are hallmark symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, one of the most common and serious complications of type 2 diabetes. Here's what happens. When blood sugar stays elevated for too long, it damages the walls of the tiny blood vessels that supply oxygen to your nerves, especially those farthest from the heart, like in your legs and feet. Over time, the nerves lose their ability to send accurate signals. What once felt like a warm blanket now feels like fire. What should be calm becomes buzzing, burning, or completely numb. Even worse, numbness can make you unaware of small injuries, leading to infections, ulcers, and in severe cases, amputation. Why it's a serious warning sign. 50% of people with diabetes develop nerve damage. The symptoms often start at night when the body is at rest and nerve misfires become more noticeable. Many people don't notice until damage is already advanced and irreversible. What you should do immediately. If you feel numbness, tingling, or unexplained pain in your legs or feet, especially at night, get tested for blood sugar and nerve function right away. Begin gentle daily exercise like walking or stretching to improve blood flow. Examine your feet every night for cuts, blisters, or injuries, and wear soft, well-fitted shoes to avoid wounds. Talk to your doctor about a nerve conduction study or an HbA1c test to assess long-term blood sugar damage. Your body is talking to you. The question is, are you listening? Spotting this sign early can help you protect your nerves, your mobility, and your independence before it's too late. Now imagine this. Just as you drift off to sleep, your leg seize up in sudden pain. It's not just annoying, it could be yet another silent alarm tied to your blood sugar. 3. Leg cramps. The sudden pain that may be more than just a cramp. Have you ever been jolted awake by a stabbing pain in your calf or foot in the middle of the night? A sharp, involuntary spasm that leaves your legs stiff, throbbing, and sore, sometimes lasting several minutes? Most people brush it off as dehydration or sleeping in the wrong position. But if nighttime leg cramps are happening regularly, they could be a serious red flag, especially for those with or at risk of diabetes. Scientific insight. The link between diabetes and nighttime cramps. Leg cramps, particularly at night, can be triggered by an electrolyte imbalance involving potassium, magnesium, or calcium. Here's where diabetes comes in. High blood sugar levels interfere with your body's ability to absorb and use these minerals properly, especially if kidney function is affected. Additionally, poor circulation caused by damaged blood vessels, a result of prolonged hyperglycemia, means your muscles don't get enough oxygen, especially while resting. This lack of oxygen can cause sudden and painful contractions, particularly in the calves or feet. And if you also have nerve damage from diabetic neuropathy, your muscles may receive the wrong signals entirely, tightening when they should be relaxed. Why you shouldn't ignore leg cramps. Frequent cramps at night may indicate underlying vascular or nerve complications. They lead to disturbed sleep, which can increase blood sugar levels the next day. Chronic cramping may be the first sign of declining nerve or kidney function, both major diabetic complications. What you can do about it. Stay hydrated throughout the day and ensure your diet includes magnesium, calcium, and potassium, found in foods like bananas, avocados, spinach, and almonds. Stretch your calves before bedtime to improve blood flow and muscle relaxation. Get your blood sugar and kidney function checked if cramps occur frequently, especially if paired with numbness or tingling. Talk to your doctor about whether medications or supplements might help rebalance your electrolytes. A leg cramp may feel like a small annoyance, but it could be a big warning. By acting early, you can protect your nerves, muscles, and long-term mobility before the pain becomes something permanent. And while leg cramps are painful, there's something even more dangerous. What if your own body stopped breathing in the middle of the night and you didn't even know it? 4. Sleep apnea, the silent nighttime killer hiding behind your snore. Do you snore loudly at night? Have you ever woken up gasping for air or felt exhausted in the morning despite sleeping for 7 or 8 hours? What if your body was suffocating dozens of times each night without you even knowing? This is not just about snoring. This could be obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, a potentially life-threatening condition that is alarmingly common in people with diabetes. Scientific insight. How diabetes and sleep apnea are connected. Sleep apnea occurs when your airway collapses during sleep, momentarily cutting off oxygen to your brain and body. This forces your brain to jolt you awake over and over again, just to breathe. For people with diabetes, this is more than a sleep issue. Research shows a strong two-way connection. People with diabetes are more likely to have sleep apnea due to obesity, insulin resistance, and nerve dysfunction. And sleep apnea worsens diabetes by triggering stress hormones like cortisol, which spike blood sugar levels and increase insulin resistance. In other words, poor sleep fuels poor blood sugar, and poor blood sugar makes sleep even worse. It's a vicious cycle, and most people don't even realize they're caught in it. Why this is especially dangerous. Sleep apnea increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, high blood pressure, and sudden cardiac death. It causes chronic fatigue, worsens insulin resistance, and can make diabetes nearly impossible to control. Many people suffer for years, misdiagnosing their exhaustion as just stress or aging. What you need to do: watch for warning signs like loud snoring, waking up with a dry mouth, morning headaches, or frequent nighttime awakenings. If you suspect sleep apnea, ask your doctor for a sleep study, polysomnography. This can be done at a clinic or even at home. Lose excess weight if you're overweight, especially around the neck, as this is a major risk factor. Avoid alcohol and sedatives in the evening, which relax throat muscles and make apnea worse. Consider using a CPAP machine if diagnosed. It can dramatically improve both your sleep and blood sugar control. Sleep is when your body is supposed to heal, not struggle to survive. Catching sleep apnea early can help you protect your brain, your heart, and your blood sugar, and quite literally, save your life. Breathing interruptions at night are terrifying. But what about a thirst so intense it wakes you from deep sleep? Your body isn't just asking for water, it may be begging for help. 5. Excessive thirst at night, when your body is begging you for balance. Do you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, your mouth completely dry, desperate for a sip of water? Do you drink, go back to sleep, only to wake up an hour later just as thirsty? This isn't just a dry room or not drinking enough during the day. When your thirst becomes relentless and nightly, it's often your body's desperate attempt to correct a hidden imbalance, one that's all too common in people with undiagnosed or poorly managed diabetes. Scientific insight: why diabetes makes you thirsty. Here's what's happening inside your body. When blood sugar levels are too high, your kidneys work overtime to flush out the excess glucose through urine. This process is called osmotic diuresis. But as your kidneys filter more and more sugar, they also pull water from your body, leading to frequent urination and rapid dehydration. That's why you keep waking up parched. Your body isn't just thirsty, it's dehydrated and out of balance because your blood sugar is out of control. Worse still, if thirst is ignored, the dehydration can spiral, affecting everything from your energy to your heart and kidney function. Why this sign matters more than you think. Constant thirst, especially at night, is one of the earliest warning signs of type 2 diabetes. It often occurs alongside frequent urination, another classic diabetic symptom. If left unaddressed, it leads to electrolyte imbalances, kidney strain, and worsening blood sugar regulation. What you should do next: don't just drink more water. Start by checking your fasting blood glucose, especially if thirst is paired with nighttime urination or fatigue. Limit your sugar and refined carbs. These spike blood sugar and worsen dehydration. Spread your water intake evenly throughout the day, rather than chugging large amounts at night. Include electrolyte-rich foods like leafy greens, cucumbers, coconut water, and magnesium-rich snacks like almonds. If the thirst continues or worsens, ask your doctor for an HbA1c test. This measures your average blood sugar over the past 3 months. Your body is speaking through your thirst. Don't ignore its plea for balance. Taking action now could protect your kidneys, regulate your blood sugar, and restore the peaceful sleep your body deserves. But here's something even more dangerous than high blood sugar. What if your levels drop too low while you're asleep? Let's talk about nighttime hypoglycemia and why it could be the most dangerous threat of all. 6. Nighttime hypoglycemia, the invisible drop that can shake you awake. Have you ever jolted awake in the middle of the night, heart racing, drenched in sweat, trembling, confused, maybe even panicked? You might have thought it was a nightmare, but in reality, it could have been something far more dangerous: a severe drop in your blood sugar while you were asleep. This is called nighttime hypoglycemia, and for people with diabetes, especially those on insulin or glucose-lowering medications, it's not just unsettling, it's life-threatening. Scientific insight: what's really going on? When your blood sugar drops too low during sleep, your brain doesn't get the glucose it needs to function. To survive, your body releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which increase your heart rate, cause sweating and shakiness, and in many cases, force you awake in a state of panic or confusion. Unlike daytime hypoglycemia, where you can feel it and respond, nighttime lows are especially dangerous because you might sleep through them, you may wake up too late, or worse, you might not wake up at all. This is why it's often referred to as the silent killer in the dark for insulin-dependent diabetics. Why you should never ignore it. Repeated nighttime lows can lead to seizures, unconsciousness, or even diabetic coma. They cause rebound hyperglycemia. Your body overcompensates by spiking sugar later, which worsens blood sugar control. They severely impact sleep quality, hormone balance, and emotional health. What you can do to protect yourself. Always check your blood sugar before bed, especially if you've exercised late or skipped a meal. Maintain a safe bedtime glucose range between 930 mg/dL. Consider a small bedtime snack that includes complex carbs plus protein, like a slice of whole grain bread with peanut butter. If you take insulin or glucose-lowering medication, talk to your doctor about adjusting your dose at night. Use a continuous glucose monitor (CGM) if available. It can alert you to drops in blood sugar while you sleep. This isn't just about sleep, it's about survival. Understanding and managing nighttime hypoglycemia could be the difference between waking up refreshed or not waking up at all. Surviving a blood sugar crash is one thing, but what if your own body starts waking you up again and again just to use the bathroom? It might sound harmless, but frequent nighttime urination could be a major sign of deeper problems. Frequent nighttime urination, when your body keeps you up for a reason. Do you wake up once, twice, even 3 times every night just to go to the bathroom? You tell yourself it's because you drank too much water before bed. But deep down, you're starting to wonder, why is this happening so often? If your bladder keeps interrupting your sleep, it's time to stop blaming hydration. Frequent nighttime urination, also known as nocturia, could be your body's way of revealing a much deeper issue. Elevated blood sugar levels. Scientific insight. What diabetes has to do with this? When your blood sugar is too high, your kidneys try to flush the excess glucose out of your body through urine. But sugar doesn't leave alone. It pulls water with it, leading to increased urine production, especially during the night when your body is at rest. This constant overworking of your kidneys not only disturbs your sleep, it places long-term strain on kidney function. Worse still, frequent urination can lead to dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and disrupted sleep cycles, which can raise blood sugar even more. It's a chain reaction that creates a downward spiral for your health, if ignored. Why this symptom demands attention. Nocturia is one of the earliest and most overlooked signs of type 2 diabetes. It's also a potential marker of kidney dysfunction, a serious diabetic complication. Poor sleep caused by nocturia contributes to daytime fatigue, weight gain, and worsening insulin resistance. What you can do starting tonight. Track how often you wake up to urinate. More than once a night consistently is worth a closer look. Avoid excessive fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before bed, but stay hydrated during the day. Cut back on caffeine and alcohol in the evening. They're diuretics and worsen the issue. Ask your doctor for a fasting blood sugar test or HbA1c, especially if nighttime urination is paired with excessive thirst or fatigue. Consider checking kidney function, eGFR, creatinine, or urine albumin tests to catch early damage. Waking up to pee once in a while is normal. Waking up every night? That's a message. Don't ignore it. Listening to your body now could help you protect your kidneys, restore your sleep, and take control of your blood sugar before it's too late. If this video helped you recognize even one symptom you've been ignoring, please give it a thumbs up. It lets us know this content matters. And don't forget to subscribe for more health-saving insights just like this one. Because when it comes to diabetes, what you know today can save your life tomorrow. Finally, if someone you love is constantly tired, thirsty, or waking up in the middle of the night for strange reasons, share this video with them. You might be the reason they catch the warning signs early before it's too late.